They say you can't fight City Hall, but this is the story of a Freedom Foundation intern who helped Dave Petrich and the farm boat fight City Hall and win.
So a couple of months ago, I took a phone call from Captain David Petrich, and he owns a farm boat in Seattle. And as it turns out, the city of Seattle was trying to come after him for over $8,000 worth of somebody else's parking tickets.
Well, farm boat is a kind of a grassroots project to create these floating farmers markets that we do at different ports, mainly the city of Seattle. We've been running a floating market on the steamship Virginia 5 at Lake Union Park. We essentially got accused of owing a parking ticket debt of a person who we never employed. When we couldn't garnish his wages, the city came after us for his debt.
Well, I was incredulous when I first heard about it. I don't think debt collection agencies should be able to collect money from people who had absolutely nothing to do with accruing the debt. It's really just unbelievable. And as soon as I heard about this, I decided that we had to do something about it.
The Freedom Foundation helped us out by contacting quite a few people with the city. That really got the ball rolling. It was surprisingly quite a difficult campaign.
First, I reached out to the city's collection agency, and I began talking to the people responsible there, and they actually believed they were doing the right thing. And then I reached out to the people at the city of Seattle who were responsible for initiating this action, and then they also believed they were doing the right thing. And then I began to really doubt myself as to whether we could get this fixed at all. So I continued to make phone calls to the debt collection agency, and unfortunately they began to put up a wall of resistance. But that wall of resistance didn't stop us. We continued to march forward, and we found an advocate for Captain Dave Petrich in Councilmember Richard Conlon.
I'm not even sure how they got into the situation that they were in. Somehow there was some very twisted interpretation of what the law seemed to be, and instead of stepping back and saying, let's just figure out how to solve this problem and why we got into this mess, they were just like, oh well, there's not much we can do about it, it's just following the procedures. And you've got to be able to use some common sense.
One of the things that we did here at the Freedom Foundation was to produce a video to build awareness around Dave Petrich's situation so we could tell people how the city was acting towards small business owners.
We ended up having to get the media involved. I don't know, there's just dozens of people at the city level that were involved. Councilman Conlon was very helpful.
I was able to help Captain Dave by telling the Seattle Municipal Court, as well as the city attorney, that I felt this was not a fair thing and it was something that needed to be remedied.
It really took quite a few people to raise awareness with the Seattle Municipal Court that this was a problem, and that was against their policies, it was against state law, but it took an army of people to make that apparent to them.
So ultimately, the city decided to stop its collection effort against Mr. Petrich, and fortunately, it looks like he's doing a lot better, and he'll be able to open Farm Boat up again next spring.
I mean, the Freedom Foundation really helped us a lot. I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have somebody helping us from the outside. So many businesses get hit with these kind of things, and they're so expensive to defend that quite often people just roll over. I don't know how we would have done it without the assistance of the Freedom Foundation.